right, man. Let's talk about Jermell. Charlo says he want to return 154 pounds after the Canelo fight and face Terrence Crawford. Also, we're gonna talk about some comments he said about Tim Tszyu being the paper champion. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So, let's get into it. So we start off what he said about coming back down fighting Terrence Crawford and why you got to take that as a grain of salt. So he says that Jermell Charlo returned to 54 after Canelo fight. Terrence Crawford bout possible. So they did the final press conference Wednesday. Some promotional companies do it Thursday. Some choose to do it Wednesday. I'm not sure about the science behind all of that at all, but he said I think 168 is a real comfortable weight for me. I don't want to be at 168. I'll go down to 54. I got some other stuff to handle over there and make money over there as well, said Jermell Charlo to the media about his plans after he faces Canelo Alvarez on Saturday. So he said, I know my brother is 68. I know we're going to doing some shifting soon within the Charlos and the Crews and the crew. I think he meant the Crews. I seen this like Crews and Earl and everybody, but that's to be determined. So basically, what he's saying is, dude's gonna be moving up in weight, and so he probably going to 160. He probably just don't want to say much, but he probably making his way up to 160 pounds. So he said, where I can make a fight at, I'll take it, said Jermell Charlo when asked if he'd be interested in fighting Terrence Crawford 54. I'm not too focused on Crawford at the moment. I should be one or two. I should be up there with the top dogs pound for pound. Doesn't matter to me, said Jermell Charlo. But it do. It do matter. It do matter. Because if you keep talking about it and you keep saying, well, I should be this and that on the pound for pound list, it do matter to him. But then again, what he got to understand, media members can't separate emotions from facts. This is why they make TO wait for Hall of Fame and all this shit, man. They put some people in, an emotional factor and how they was treated by you shouldn't even factor. It's about based on their career. This is why I don't enjoy writers writing people, voting people in the Hall of Fame. That's bullshit. It should be, another prestigious committee or a prestigious committee voting athletes into the Hall of Fame. That's just my opinion. But moving forward, he said I'm not too focused on Crawford. Like I said before, man. The question is, will he be able to come back down? And people will point to Roy Jones and say, well, Roy Jones went up to 100. I think he was 195 pounds. Like he moved up damn near pure muscle and then tried to come all the way back down. We seen that ended his career. That's why I was saying Canelo want to jump up to cruiserweight, man, and then come back down. That's a bad idea. When he was talking about doing that, that's the quickest way to fall out your prime. And for Jermell, shit. He want to cut back down. What is it? 14 pounds? Let him. That's not stupid ass cut all that weight back down. 1 minute is then me and Crawford could fight at 60. Then another minute I'm going down to 54. Let him. But he's not gonna truly know what it feel like until the fight night. Let his body rest after the fight and see if he want to cut all that weight. Now he eating extra meals. He putting on weight. He feeling healthy. But it's gonna be hard to envision him going to 54. What's the point of going back down? Only big money fight there is Errol or Terrence. That's it. That's the only big money fight there. So that's what I say. You know, no point in going back down, go to 60, try to win a title because we know he's getting his ass whooped Saturday. Ain't no two ways around it. As Future say, ain't no way around it. Ain't no way around it. We know how this movie ends. We just got to see the details in between. But, you know, because when you say, well, you know, I'm going back down to 54 for some big money fights. So I need 2 big money fights there. And then the excuse gonna be is, well, I was drained versus Terrence Crawford, or I was drained versus this guy versus Tim Tszyu. You know, I wasn't the same fighter, and they drained me, and I just couldn't do the same thing. And we already know what it is. We already know what it is. You know, but you lose to Canelo, I wouldn't stay up there and compete. Hell no. I would not stay up there and compete. They too big. You know, do what Roy did. Get your title. Get the hell up out of there. But Roy should have just got the hell up out of boxing. He should have retired. But the competitor in him, didn't allow him to retire, and I feel that. You know, when you a competitor, when you're a competitor, it's kind of like that kid in school that don't turn down a fade. He might not lose. He might look for a fight, but he won't turn down a fade. He ain't gonna turn down no fade. So we know what that's like. But you don't go back down, go back down. But we know excuses are gonna be made if he get his wings clipped. And if you go back down, it ain't no time for no tune-up, even if you get knocked out. It ain't no time for no tune-up. You know, you go out there and get your wings clipped, it's pretty much time. It's pretty much time, to go down there and fight the next best competition, especially when you hold all those titles. Especially when you hold all those titles. So it really ain't no time to bullshit around. You go down there for the best available, most lucrative fight that can be made. That's the mission. But once again, what he going to do is take away from what Terrence Crawford do. That's what he doing. He going there. If he lose and move all the way back down, it's gonna be a built-in excuse. We know it. It's gonna be a built-in excuse. It's gonna be a built-in excuse. So, shit, it is what it is. Now, then again, Charlo slams Tim Tszyu. He's a paper champion. Who is Tim Tszyu? So he said right now, Tim Tszyu is considered a paper champion. Charlo said to Ben Dame in the main events. If he gets a WO belt, they elevate him. He's a paper champion that didn't have to do anything, a sparring champion. Now, my thing is this, because you didn't give him the opportunity to fight. You ran from him. You had a hand injury. You set out the year for a year. He tried to fight you. You avoided that ass whooping. He was Brian Castano's mandatory. They didn't fight because you couldn't get the job done the first time versus Castanos. A lot of people felt like you lost that first fight. So to sit here and call a man a paper champion that you deprived the opportunity to get the belt at don't sit right with me. And yeah, I'm a huge Tim Tszyu fan, straight up and down, like the way that he fight. But I'm speaking from an objective point of view. That was some weak ass shit that him and Al Heyman pulled with Tim Tszyu. So to turn around and deprive somebody opportunity and then talk shit about their resume or whatever situation, or he's a paper champion. Dude, he's only a paper champion because you didn't want to get in the ring with him. You wanted to nurse a hand injury, you know what I'm saying, then pop up and fight Canelo. You like your hand really was fucking hurt. No surgery, no none of that. Because you didn't want to fight Tim Tszyu. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit here, don't do that. Don't do that. Real talk. I don't respect that. Throw a rock and then hide your hand and run up. And then don't plan on coming back down and fight him. I guarantee you they seen something. They like, oh no, he ain't no good fit for you. Don't fight him. I told y'all that he wasn't gonna fight him and he was gonna get knocked out by that dude. Or he was gonna lose. I don't want to say knocked out. I felt that he was gonna lose. And I've been seeing it. Charlo struggled with a lot of fighters, man, in his career, especially guys that bring pressure. So, you know, he said I had to knock out everybody for my belt. So if Tim Tszyu was watching this, hey, don't be too high up on your horse because you didn't do nothing in boxing. Of course, I'm going to take a big opportunity like Canelo and over Tim Tszyu, who's a Tim Tszyu. Australia knows, but no one in the world knows. He's not a legitimate champion. He's fought Carlos Ocampo. Who's Ocampo? He didn't even fight a hard fight. So keep going. Maybe he'll get opportunity, but I'm the man. I'm the one who did it in boxing. Tim Tszyu didn't do nothing in boxing. Tell him to humble himself and stay quiet, and time will tell. My thing is this: you doing all this constructive criticism, but your ass sat out to almost 2 years and avoided them. You did some pussy shit. So that's not act like you ain't that far here. Yeah, I haven't told you that boy might whoop your ass, so you sat out nursing your paw injury. So let's not act like he wasn't trying to fight you and chasing you and Castanos. And you couldn't handle your business versus Castanos the first time your ass lost that fight. If not, Tim Tszyu would have had this crack at your ass. I hate when these PBC fighters do that whole shit. But that's all I got to say before I get too hype on cuz. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop videos. Check out the link tree. Check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Music, and more. Kick, Twitch. We did live on Wednesday night. So if you missed it, go back and listen to it on the podcast on YouTube. All the links in the link tree. Appreciate the love and support. If you financially want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. One time for the one time. Goodfella TV. Check out the Box News playlist for more videos like this. Peace.